Hi, welcome to English Composition. I'm Michael Cheng. I'm with Cher Chen today.
各位同学，大家好，欢迎来到英文作文课程。我是 Cher， 在我身边的是郑老师。
All right, today in Unit 13, we are going to learn how to do a real magic trick.
好，我们今天呢为各位同学讲解的呢是单元第13哦。今天要教各位同学怎么样真正的来表演一个魔术的把戏。
And then after that, you're going to write your own process paper in which you teach how to do a magic trick.
好，那在我们教会各位同学之后呢，各位同学将要自己来写一篇所谓的过程论说文，然后教别人怎么样去做这个魔术的把戏。
And now, in order to learn how to do the magic trick that we're going to write about in our writing model, let's watch a little video and see the trick being done.
好，那既然我们要教各位同学怎么样变魔术呢，首先我们先请各位同学一起来看一段短片，看看这个魔术呢到底是怎么样去做的。
Hi, I'm Gareth. I'm going to do a magic trick. I have a magic red 9 and a magic red 6. Now I'm going to put it in the deck. Now I'm going to pull it out. Watch this. Now I got the magic red 9 and the magic red 6. Now I'm going to teach you how to do this trick. First, take out 2 sets of red 9s and red 6s. Put it like this, a red 9, a red 6, a red 9, and a red 6. But remember, a heart diamond, heart diamond. Now take one of the red 9 and red 6 set in the deck. Put the red 9 on the bottom. Put the red 6 on top. Now, show the audience you have a red 9 and a red 6. Now, put it in the deck. And now, throw the whole deck in your left hand, but pinch up the top card and the bottom card, like that. Like this. Faster. Now, I have the red 9 and the red 6. That's how you do this trick. Thank you.
That was a fun trick, right?
That's very fun.
And you can see that was a very simple trick to do. And so what we're going to do is write an essay based on that trick.
好，那各位同学，刚刚我们已经看到了这一个魔术的变化的方式哦，那很有趣吧？其实很简单哦。那我们接下来呢，就要根据这一个魔术呢，来写一篇过程论说文。
All right, now to write our essay, let's start by outlining our essay.
好，那既然我们现在要写过程论说文呢，首先我们先来帮这篇文章的这个大纲呢来做一个条列。
All right, so now first, when we think about writing an essay, don't forget that an essay has an introduction, a body, and a conclusion.
好，那既然我们要写的呢，这个写一篇论文哦，我们千万不要忘记，一篇这个短文呢，应该要有3个部分，包括了开头引言段落、主体段落，还有所谓的结尾段落。
Now let's think about some basic information that we want to put into each of these sections.
好，那我们现在呢，来想想看，每一个段落呢，我们应该要放入哪一些资讯呢？
And so now let's start with our introduction. Our introduction is going to include some background information about the trick and also our thesis statement.
好，我们先从这所谓的开头引言段落开始哦。那当然，开头引言段落必须要包含的，也就是所谓的背景资讯以及我们所谓的主旨陈述。
Now, as we develop our introduction, we could decide what kind of background information to include. And the most important kind of background information to include is an overview of the trick.
好，那我们呢，首先必须要来想一想，有哪一些重要的背景资讯是我们必须要提供的。那当然，最重要的背景资讯呢，也就是这整个魔术的概述。
In addition, we should also include some kind of background information that will catch the interest of our readers.
好，那当然我们也要再讲述一些东西哦，能够让我们的这个读者呢感觉到真正对这个魔术有兴趣。
Right. Next, we need a thesis statement. A thesis statement usually lists the main ideas in each of your body paragraph.
好，那接下来呢，我们在这个开头引言段落要包含的还有一个所谓的主旨陈述哦。那一般来说，主旨陈述呢，它是要把这个在接下来每一个主体段落里面所提到的主要想法都要条列的陈述出来。
However, a process paper often has many steps, and the body paragraphs of a process paper are usually used to explain each of these steps.
但是呢，在这个过程论说文当中哦，各位同学可能会发现，因为呢每一个过程都有太多的步骤了，所以每一个主体段落其实是用来去解释每一个步骤该怎么做。
And so it's kind of awkward and inefficient to list every step of the process in your thesis statement. So we're not going to write a traditional thesis statement for this process paper.
好，那这样子呢，如果我们把每一个步骤都条列出来，在这个主旨陈述里面，感觉上好像会有点太没效率，而且读起来也会很奇怪哦。那因此呢，我们在这个所谓的过程论说文里面呢，我们不会写这种所谓传统的主旨陈述句。
And instead, we're going to end our introductory paragraph with a sentence that comments on the entire trick or makes a very specific conclusion about the entire trick.
好，那因此呢，在我们这个写作范例里面呢，我们的主旨陈述啊，其实呢是对这一个魔术表演呢做一个做一个解读。那或者是呢，我们就有点像是下了一个非常明确的所谓的结尾哦，那在这个代替主旨陈述。
And so, for example, our overall conclusion could be that the trick is fast, easy, and impressive.
好，举例来说呢，我们在这个写作范例里面看到哦，我们写说这个我们的结论是这个魔术呢，它是可以变得非常的快速，而且很简单，而且呢让人印象非常深刻。
And so basically, this conclusion to the introductory paragraph tells us our overall opinion of the trick without explaining each of the steps that you need to know in order to do the trick.
好，那所以其实我们简单来说，这样子所谓的这个结尾的方式来写主旨陈述呢，也就是提供了关于这一整个魔术呢，我们一个全面性的看法。哦，那这样呢，我们就不需要去一个步骤的解释，或是去条列，把东西都写的让我们主旨陈述变得太繁琐了。
So now we're going to talk about what to do for the body of the essay. And the body of the essay, we want to describe the process of doing the tricks. And so the most important thing is to give a clear and well-organized directions that would teach the reader how to do the trick.
好，那我们接下来呢，我们来讲讲看，在这个主体段落的部分应该要写什么哦。那当然，我们刚刚提到说，我们要教各位读者怎么样去变这个魔术。那也因此呢，最重要的事情啊，也就是我们要把每一个步骤都能够清楚，而且呢是架构非常完整的去把它表达出来。
Now, a long list of procedures can be hard to follow, so to make sure our readers do not feel intimidated by a long list of directions, we're going to break the process of doing the trick up into 3 sections.
好，那但是呢，如果你把这个步骤啊条列的太过于详细的话，会让你的读者觉得，哎呀，怎么这么多步骤啊？会让他们觉得有点受到威胁，感觉好像太困难了，而不想学习。那因此呢，我们在写作范例里面把这些步骤主要分成3个阶段。
All right, and so these are the 3 sections that we're going to create. Preparing the trick.
好，我们总共把它分成3个阶段。第一个阶段呢，也就是在事前的准备。
Second section is doing the trick.
第2个阶段也就是正式来做这个魔术的时候。
And then finishing the trick.
好，最后也就是把这个魔术做个结尾。
Now, in each of these 3 sections, we should give directions in clear and simple language.
好，那在每一个阶段里面呢，我们当然都会有分不一样的步骤。那我们应该要很简洁的很清楚的把这个步骤讲解清楚。
And you can see on the screen now that we took each of the steps that you heard the magician explain to you in the video. We took each of those steps and we put it onto this outline that we have on the screen now.
好，那现在各位同学在荧幕上看到非常多的步骤，对吗？这些步骤呢，其实刚刚呢在影片中，我们的魔术师已经为我们一步一步的讲解过了。那我们也因此把这些步骤都放进这每一个不一样的这个阶段里面，那就是各位同学现在在荧幕上所看到的。
And then we'll read each of these steps more clearly when we go over our writing model later in the lesson.
好，那待会儿呢，我们在为各位同学翻译写作范例的时候呢，各位同学就可以更清楚的知道每一个步骤是在做些什么了。
All right, so we're going to take a break now, and when we come back, we will continue working on this outline, and we'll work on the conclusion, and then read to you the writing model.
好，那各位同学，我们现在先休息一下，待会儿回来我们会为各位同学继续讲解结尾的部分，还有这个写作范例。
Welcome back. Let's continue working on the outline of our essay, and specifically, we're going to work on the conclusion.
好，欢迎各位同学回来。接下来呢，我们要继续把我们的这个大纲完成哦。那我们刚刚已经完成了开头引言段落跟这个中间主体段落的部分，现在呢，我们要为各位同学讲解的是结论的部分。
And for our conclusion, we're just going to add some words of encouragement and final tips that will help our readers do the trick well.
好，那在结尾的部分呢，我们应该要加入一些鼓励的言辞还有最后呢，再给我们的读者呢一些最后的一些提示，让他们可以很轻易的完成这个魔术。
And here are some pieces of advice that we can give. And our first piece of advice is the trick is easy.
好，那这边呢，以下我们来列出一些我们可以提供给读者的一些建议哦。那第一个建议呢，也就是说，其实这个魔术啊很简单。
And the next piece of advice is that you need to practice this trick.
好，那接下来第二个我们可以提供的建议呢，则是读者呢，你必须要多多的练习哦。
And the final piece of advice is never do the same trick twice.
好，最后一个建议呢，则是不要同样的魔术千万不要玩2次哦。
And now our outline is complete, except we need to add, or we need to complete one more section, and that is that we need to think of some way to attract the interests of our readers right at the beginning of the essay.
好，我们其实呢，现在已经把我们的这大纲完成的差不多了，现在只剩下最后一个部分，我们需要去完成，也就是呢，我们应该要怎么样去引起我们读者对于这整个魔术的兴趣？那这部分呢，应该要加在我们最前面一开始的部分。
And one topic that we can start with is we can provide some background information about illusions. And for example, we can explain what an illusion is or explain how an illusion works.
好，那我们可以用来这个开始去达成这样的目的的一种这个背景资讯呢就是关于幻术是怎么样去达成的。我们知道像是魔术呢，其实也就是一种幻术哦。那我们可以用来解释说，怎么样呢才能够达成幻术呢？那还有去解释说幻术是怎么样去可以用来欺骗看到的人的。
And so now on the screen you can see our completed outline of the introduction. And with that completed outline, it's much easier to write the rest of your essay. And all you need to do is follow a couple steps, which we'll tell you about in a second.
好，那我们现在呢，基本上已经完成了开头引言段落的大纲了。各位同学呢，待会可以注意一下哦。这样，我们既然已经有了所谓的背景资讯，我们也有所谓的要怎么样呢，能够去吸引读者。那我们接下来呢，只要照着这个大纲去写作，我们就可以很轻易的完成我们的短文写作了。
All right, and the first thing you should do is just write a topic sentence for each of the paragraphs.
好，那接下来要做的第一件事呢，就是在每一个段落都请把主旨句写出来。
And then next, use some transition words to improve coherence by connecting your sentences and paragraphs together.
那当然，在每一个句子跟句子中间，以及每个段落跟段落中间，请加入一些所谓的转折语来增加彼此之间的连贯性。
And another thing that you can do to turn the outline into an essay is to add an intermediate conclusion to any paragraphs that need them.
好，那接下来下一个呢？可以去让这整篇文章看起来更连贯的方式呢，也就是在每一个段落的结尾，如果你觉得需要的话，其实可以加入这所谓的段落的结论。
And then the very last thing that you need to do before your essay is finished is to review it one more time, and then add any other hints or tips that can improve your directions.
好，那最后一个要提醒各位同学，可以让文章看起来更完整的方式呢，也就是在最后结尾的时候，你再把前面所讲述的呢，再做一个复习，然后呢，也许加入一些所谓的这个建议啊，或是小技巧来帮各位读者呢去增加他们的技巧，跟他们了解这整个过程。
Right, so now let's take some time and look at how we can improve the coherence of our essay when we write the topic sentence of each of our paragraphs.
好，那接下来呢，我们来为各位同学花一点时间去为各位同学讲解我们是怎么样去增加每一个段落之间的连贯性的。
Right, now one way to improve coherence is to use numbers to introduce each paragraph.
好，最简单的一种去增加连贯性的方式呢，也就是把每一个段落呢，我们都加上数字。
For example, we can use the words first, second, and third to number the body paragraphs.
好，举例来讲呢，我们可以把每一个主体段落都加上像是第一、第二、第三这样子的数字来把它做一个连贯。
Right. Another term that we can use is we can use words like first, next, and last.
好，那我们也可以换别的用字哦，也就可以写说，哎，首先哦，那下一步，最后哦，用这样的方式。
And you can see here that we have two different words for the last paragraph. We can use last or we can also use the word final. These mean the same thing.
好，那最后呢，这个地方用到 last，或者是你说用 final 呢，两个字互相替换都没有关系，因为它们意思是一样的。
And now another way to improve coherence is to have our topic sentences refer back to the main ideas in the essay. And so, for example, this essay is about doing a card trick, which is a simple illusion. And so we can use these terms within our topic sentences.
好，那另外一个增加主旨，就是段落之间主旨句之间的连贯性的方法呢，也就是我们在不断的去回复、去重复、去重提原本这篇文章最重要的一些想法。那这篇文章最重要的想法，各位同学应该都还记得，也就是怎么样去变一个这个扑克牌的魔术哦。那其实它很简单哦，那它也很容易去完成。那因此呢，在我们接下来每个段落的主旨句里面，我们都可以去提到这个所谓的卡片魔术这些关键字。
And so, for example, we could write sentences like these.
好，那举例来讲，我们也可以写到这样子的句子。
So the first sentence we have is, the first step to doing this illusion is preparing the trick.
好，我们首先可以这样写说，要变这个魔术的第一步，也就是去准备这个魔术。
All right, now the second step, or we could write the second paragraph with these words. The second step of the card trick is doing the trick.
好，那第二个主体段落的时候呢，除了我们写说这是 the second step 就第二步之外，我们可以再重复说，哎，这是一个 card trick 也就是这纸牌游戏。那我们就再一次呼应了所谓的illusion magic trick 这样子的一个主体概念。
And so now let's look at the next paragraph for the introductory sentences. We're going to add in some words that use the word illusion. And so the third paragraph can begin with these words. The third step of the illusion is finishing the trick.
好，那第三个主体段落一样，我们不断的在呼应原始的我们要想的这个主旨哦。所以呢，我们第三个主体段落可以用这样的句子开头说，变这个魔术illusion 的第三步也就是去把这个魔术做一个完结。
All right, so now we have a completed outline and we have some ideas how to improve the coherence. We're going to take a little bit of a break now, and when we come back, we'll read to you the writing model that we created from this outline.
好，那我们现在呢，已经为各位同学完成了一个完整的大纲哦，而且呢，我们也已经讨论好了该怎么样去增加这个大纲每一个段落之间的连贯性。那接下来呢，我们先休息一下，待会回来我们再为各位同学来念这个写作范例，你就会明白我们是怎么样利用大纲来完成一篇过程论说文的。
Hi, welcome back. We're going to look at our writing model now.
好，欢迎各位同学回来。现在呢，我们来为各位同学翻译一下写作范例。
Today, you will learn to do a simple illusion. Illusions work by confusing the audience. The audience thinks it sees something, but in reality, it is seeing something different.
今天你会学到制造简单的魔术幻象。成功的魔术幻象是经由混淆观众则造成的。观众认为他看到的东西和实际上并不相同。
In today's illusion, you will hide two cards in the middle of a deck of cards. Then, with a flick of the wrist, you will throw the deck of cards into your other hand.
今天所要教各位的魔术幻象是将两张牌藏在一副完整的牌之中，接着呢，将牌轻抛到另一只手中。
However, the two missing cards will be left behind. This trick is very fast, very impressive, and very easy to do.
然而，两张预先藏好的牌会被留在原来的手里。这个魔术进行的速度很快，令人印象深刻，而且很容易学。
The first step to doing this illusion is preparing the deck of cards. Find the two red nines and the two red sixes.
要完成这个魔术幻象的第一步，要先找一副牌，找出两张红色的9跟红色的6。
Place one 6 on the top of your deck of cards and place one 9 at the bottom of the deck.
把一张6放在牌的最上面，然后再把一张9放在牌的最底部。
make sure the cards are different suits. In other words, choose a 9 of diamonds and a 6 of hearts, or a 9 of hearts and a 6 of diamonds.
注意两张牌的花色要不一样。举例来说，像是方块9跟红心6，或是红心9跟方块6。
Do not choose 2 diamonds or 2 hearts. Then place your other 6 and 9 on top of your deck.
不可以两张同时都是方块或是爱心。接着把另外的红色9跟红色6放在牌的顶部。
The second step is to actually do the trick. Tell your audience that you have a magic 9 and 6 that will magically appear in your hand.
第二步呢，则是实际操作，告诉观众你有神奇的9跟6会出现在你的手中。
Take the 9 and 6 off the top of your deck and show them to the audience.
把放在整副牌顶部的红色9跟6拿起来，让观众去看一下。
Then put them back into the deck of cards in 2 different random locations. The 9 and the 6 are now lost in the deck of cards.
接着随意的把6跟9插入牌堆之中，此时6跟9已经消失在牌堆里了。
To finish the trick, throw the whole deck of cards into your other hand. You should be able to pinch off the top and bottom card as you throw the deck.
接下来，最后为了完成把戏，将整副牌抛到你的另一只手。你应该可以将顶端和底部的牌抓起，留在你的手中。
Hold up the cards for the audience to see. You'll be holding a red 9 and a red 6.
此时，将手中的两张牌秀给观众看，这将会是刚才所说的神奇9跟神奇6。
This trick is easy to do once you know the secret, but it also takes practice to do it well. So practice until you can do the trick smoothly before you perform it in front of an audience.
这个把戏很简单，只要你了解个中的奥秘，但它也需要去练习、去熟悉，持续的练习，直到你可以在不着痕迹的在观众面前表演。
Finally, remember to never do a trick for the same audience twice.
最后要记得，不要为同一组观众表演2次以上的相同的魔术。
All right, so now you saw our entire writing model based upon that video we saw at the beginning of the lesson.
好，现在各位同学呢已经了解了我们一开始看到的那部影片，就可以把它写成像这样子的一篇过程论说文。
And so what we're going to do now is take a quick look at the introductory paragraph of this process paper.
好，我们现在呢来快速的看一下这一篇写作范例里面的这开头引言段落。
Right, and so you can see here on the screen just the introductory paragraph. And the thing that's special about this introductory paragraph is a little bit different from the introductory paragraphs of the other essays that we've exposed you to in English Composition 2, because there's no thesis statement that previews the main point of each body paragraph.
好，那各位同学现在荧幕上看到的这开头引言段落呢，应该可以让各位同学感觉到，跟我们之前在英文作文2的课程里面曾经让各位同学看过的所有的开头引言段落都不太一样。因为呢，在这个开头引言段落里面，你找不到一个主旨陈述是去把整篇文章的所有每一个这个主体段落里面的重点都去先做一个陈述的这样子的一个主旨陈述。
And so this paragraph gives an overview of the entire trick, but it doesn't explain the exact steps of the trick.
好，你会发现这一整个段落呢，其实它只是把这整个魔术幻象呢做了一个概述，而并不是去详细的解释每一个的步骤该做的事情。
And instead, the paragraph ends with a general statement about the whole trick.
啊，你会发现呢，这个开头引言段落最后的结束的部分是用一句非常的这个非常普遍、非常的概论的方式呢，去陈述这一个魔术。
And so as a consequence, this introductory paragraph can actually be used as a standalone paragraph, and this paragraph will even make sense if we don't write the rest of the essay.
好，那也是因为这样呢，所以呢，这个开头引言段落其实它本身就可以当做一个单独存在的一个段落了。即使我们接下来的段落都不写也不会让这个段落有任何的奇怪。
And in fact, this paragraph all by itself can make a good introduction to the trick if you want to do some kind of promotion or advertisement about the trick.
好，那事实上呢，像这样这个段落，它自己呢就可以成为一个非常好的对于这个魔术的一个一个介绍哦。如果说你希望呢要去推销某个魔术表演啊，或者是某个广告啊，那这个时候呢写这样的段落就是刚刚好的一个方式了。
And now what we're going to do now is go on and talk about our homework. And for our homework, we actually want you to write your own process essay that teaches how to do a magic trick.
好，接下来呢，我们最后要跟各位同学讲一下这礼拜的作业了。作业的部分呢，要请同学自己来写一篇关于变魔术的这个过程论说文。
And so we're going to show you a video, and so you should watch this video and then take notes on it and use your notes and use what you see in the video to watch your own, to write your own process paper that explains how to do the trick.
好，那接下来呢，我们会让同学看一下这个魔术哦。那同学，请你看魔术的时候呢，自己呢要做一些笔记哦，那去思考一下哦，那再想想看怎么样把这个魔术呢描述清楚，写一篇过程论说文。
And you can use the outline on pages 193 to 194 of your textbook to take notes and as an aid for organizing your essay.
好，那在课本的193页的部分呢，各位同学也可以看到要怎么样去完成你的大纲哦。那这也可以帮助你去完成你的写作。
Right, so let's watch the video now.
好，我们现在来看一下这段影片。
Now I'm going to do another trick. First, I will take a paper and I will fold it in half. Now I will take a $100 bill and fold it in half too. Now I will put the $100 bill inside the paper like that. Now I will take a pen now. Watch this. I'm going to poke it through the $100 bill. But there's no hole. Now, I'm going to teach you this trick now. First, take a paper, fold it in half. Then, take a $100 bill, fold it in half. Put it in the white paper. Now, take a pen now. Poke it through like that inside. Poke it behind the $100 bill. Don't poke it in it or it will break. Poke it like that. Now, take the pen out. Show the audience that there's no hole. Oh, there's another way to do this trick. There's this way. You don't need a paper. You just poke it through like that. No hole. Thank you.
All right, so now, do you have the notes? And so write that essay, write about this essay for your homework.
好，希望各位同学都已经做好笔记了。那把这个魔术呢，做一个完整的文章来写作。
All right, we'll see you next week for another episode of English Composition.
好，我们下个礼拜呢，再跟各位同学继续讲解了。